Welcome to the City Show. Pat O'Meara here. You there? Why I do the show? Because you're there. Try to inform you, entertain you, educate you a little bit. You know, we got the election. As I'm taping this today, it is election day. I'm going to give you my opinion of what happens. It won't change any results. In Ward A, I see Denise Ridley winning easily. Ward B, Mira, I see her winning easily. In C, I see Richie winning. And there's a lot of talk on Ward C there, Richie. Remember, Richie's got a constituency that's been with him for a long time. He's got the Fulop constituency. He's got the HCDO constituency. And he's earned it. He's been a good servant for the people of Jersey City. So I see Richie winning in Ward C, Richie Borgiano. In Ward D, Yusuf in a walk. He'll win like 3-1. I see Solomon pulling this out, but it's going to be tighter than all of us suspected. I figure around 55% of the vote. I see a runoff in F between Jermaine Robinson and Frank Gilmore. At large, you know, Fulop's going to take about 77% of this vote, so he's going to take his at large with him. But remember, get out and vote. I'll be doing that myself later on this afternoon. Don't forget, it's important that you vote. You got some questions also this year. Of course, you got, Senate and Assembly and the governor. But you got some questions about college, betting on college sports. People are betting on it anyway, so you may as well just go with that. But I do have a problem with letting any not-for-profit organization do bingo and those sort of things. That's always been the church and the veterans. I would rather see it there before we completely dilute it, and it hurts the houses of religion and the veterans. So I would vote no on that. But again, go vote your conscience. Hopefully, with all the debates we did, we've given you a lot of information so you can make an informed vote. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
Jersey City Medical Center is healing, enhancing, and investing in Hudson County because your heart doesn't beat just for you. So get it checked. When your bones are healthy, it lifts us all. We're delivering joy daily in our Lord Abbott Maternity Wing and providing New Jersey's only NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center. We'll continue building our medical network and taking every precaution for your safety so that we can all be healthy together.
Did you know Jersey City was one of the first in the country to take action on the coronavirus? Face masks mailed to everyone. The first to offer free COVID testing. And Mayor Fulop also got direct cash relief to help residents pay rent and small businesses stay open. Now he's working to vaccinate as many residents as possible, with vaccine centers in every neighborhood and free Uber rides for seniors. Steve Fulop is my kind of mayor.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. We're back. City Show. Pat O'Meara here. What are we going to discuss today? Well, we'll do some politics, but I kind of want to get away from that for now because it is election day. Go out and vote. I don't want to tilt the scales any further than I already have. So we're going to talk about drug prices because there's talk in D.C. about, should Medicare, Medicaid negotiate? Why not? We're going to talk about density in Jersey City. That's a magic word. CarePoint hospitals. Hopefully we get to CarePoint hospitals. It's been on the desk for the last 2 weeks. It's kind of like the Lindsey Buckingham of topics here. If you're an SNL person, you understand that reference. And we'll have some quick hits. But let's get to this. In the Biden many trillion-dollar package, that is extremely scary, the infrastructure package that everybody speaks of, but everybody's afraid of the pricing on that. I believe we need to do what we can for the infrastructure. But if you look around Jersey, we got construction going on at almost every road. And that's all been paid by the fuel tax. I don't know how much we want to indebt the future generations with this trillion-dollar infrastructure to build back plan. The COVID we're talking about this morning as we're doing the show sheet here, there's going to be a price for all those COVID shots. They're going to be taxed. Someone's going to pay for that. Somebody's got to pay for the infrastructure bill. If there is $2-3 trillion infrastructure for the Build Back, it's not going to be me. I guess I got maybe a good 10 years to go yet. But all the young people that are involved with this studio and my kids, they'll be the ones paying that. So before I start agreeing to the infrastructure to Build Back, we really got to look at the numbers. Stop loading it up with pork belly. But like I said, in Jersey, there is projects on every freaking road in New Jersey going on. And that's all paid with the fuel taxes. And we pay a good amount of money. For a long time, we were one of the lowest fuel tax states. Now, we're like number 2 now. It's going to be a tough one this year. Fuel tax has gone up. Fuel price has gone up like 10 cents a gallon in the last week. And that's going to relate to some heating oil prices. One of the things they're discussing with the Build Back is the price of drugs. Should we allow Medicare and Medicaid to negotiate drug prices? Why do we have to even empower them? Why aren't they doing that now? Why isn't the FDA doing this? And, Americans, we're used to the price of aspirins and whatever prescriptions we get, and we got your packages, and you got your good recs, and you got your benefits, and we got the Affordable Health Care Act and all. But there are some interesting prices. Now, I took one drug in particular, insulin, for diabetics. And the price, we're going to put it on the screen here, the price in the United States and in other countries, other developed countries. I'm not talking some of the third world stuff. I'm talking countries on equal footing with the United States. $98.70 in the United States for somebody with diabetes. Japan, it's $14.40. Germany, $11. Canada, which is on the border with us, $12. France is $9.08. UK, $7.52. Australia is like $6.94. We are $98.70 different. Now I realize in the United States there's a lot of R&D that's got to be done. There's a lot of marketing. There's testing that goes on for years and years, except for the COVID vaccine. We got that out there with rapid speed, warp speed. That was done. And I realize there's a lot of drugs that don't make it, and you spend a lot of time, and the FDA denies it, and whatever the case is with the pharmaceuticals. But there has to be a reason why the exact same drug in the United States compared to Canada, there's a difference of $86.70. Now, I'm all in favor of companies making money. I don't have a problem with companies making big money, profits. It's the American way. That's how this whole country was founded, on capitalism. That's all right. But there's got to be some more. If it's just pure out profit and greed, then that's an issue. But I'm sure if we were to develop, I'm not smart enough. You need people far smarter than me, with a lot more power than me, to go into these numbers as to why it's almost $100 here in the United States, and it's $12 in Canada, which again, we share a border with. Now they got to get on a ship or a plane to go there. That's up north. There has to be a plausible reason. Again, I realize the R&D, there's expenses, and that goes into the price of this. But I'm sure, and we'll talk about this when we come back, I'm sure insurance and the courts play a big role in what those drugs cost in the United States here. But we'll pick this up on the flip side. We're going to break for commercial. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
I've got cancer.
We've got the highest level of cancer care.
The latest clinical trials.
Researchers working to find a cure.
And nurse navigators to guide you every step of the way.
At New Jersey's only NCI-designated Comprehensive Cancer Center, your safety has always been our top priority.
I've got cancer, but I also have peace of mind.
Jersey City Medical Center and Rutgers Cancer Institute of New Jersey. Let's beat cancer together.
Ford made their first all-electric SUV a Mustang. Rapid acceleration, reactive handling, 300-mile range. You control how it feels and how it sounds. It knows you. It dials into your preferred settings It has an array of driver assist technology. Cameras and sensors enhance your awareness and provide you with additional control. But it's more than cutting-edge technology. It's the spirit of it. It's a Mustang.
We're back. City Show. Pat O'Melia here. You there? Right now we're talking about should Medicare and Medicaid negotiate drug prices. Now, I'm focusing in on insulin here for diabetics, but there's many other prescription medicines we could look at here. And like I said, I'm sure one of the reasons for the huge difference, but there's got to be more than just the courts and the insurances involved with medicine here in the United States, because there's so much litigation. There's a tremendous amount of insurance is needed. You know, even with the medical profession, doctors have to carry a huge amount of insurance just to be in practice. But there is a simple question that needs to be asked of Big Pharma. And this is why we send people to Washington for, senators and congressmen. Why? Why is it almost $100 here in the United States and $12 in Canada? That should be a simple question for J&J and Pfizer and all those, Moderna, all those names we know now because of COVID. Most of them are, by the way, here in New Jersey. You'd think we would get a break on it since we're in New Jersey, but one of the things we did learn during COVID is that we don't make anything here anymore. We may develop it, but when it's manufactured over in China. And then we have a problem getting it back. We have a problem right now with ships sitting off the West Coast, not so much on the East Coast. Well, for that matter, the East Coast is saying, hey, come on around. But, you know, if you're shipping to the United States from, China or Japan, it's easier to go to the West Coast than it is the East Coast. There's a lot of traveling to get around to the other side of this country. But one of the things we learned is, penicillin, we don't make it here. We don't make the mask here. We didn't do any of the PPE here. We had to wait for that to come from China. We need to get that manufacturing back. I don't want to hear from Big Pharma saying, well, it's a manufacturing course. You're doing that over in China. We need to get manufacturing back here in the United States. There's a huge problem in healthcare in the United States when it comes to the cost of healthcare. You have hospitals and doctors prior to COVID that were going bankrupt. One of the reasons there was so much mergers where Hackensack Meridian and RWJ Barnabas was just stepping in and merging with this hospital, taking over that hospital. It was like, if RWJ merged with this hospital, Hackensack Meridian merged with that hospital, and you got these two behemoths in New Jersey and some small hospitals in between. Hopefully we get to the CarePoint hospital chain, because I think it's very positive what's happening there. You had the hospitals and doctors in particular. You've seen a lot of the private practices get taken over by RWJ and Hackensack Meridian and CarePoint to a degree, but they were all merging up with someone because of the cost of running a medical practice. And those doctors and the hospitals were struggling, but yet the insurance company and Big Pharma are making billions. They are living in the bank. They're making so much money. So that's a question that has to be answered. Like I said earlier, I don't have a problem with companies making big money. I don't have a problem with Elon Musk being the richest person in the world now. He earned it. He came up with Tesla. He came up with SpaceX. This is all what he dreamt up. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with Bezos, who came up with Amazon. Congratulations. You made the bucks. This is what America's all about. But there's a problem with healthcare is when some aspects are making bank and hospitals and physicians are having a hard time staying above water. And the more we lose that independence, which almost sounds like a campaign thing, very independent, the independent hospitals and doctors, the less choice we have. So there's a problem with our healthcare system when Big Pharma and those insurance companies are making money hand over fist, and I mean hand in hand in hand over fist. All aspects of healthcare have to be somewhat equal, that they can all be profitable and all be successful. That's not what's happening now. Like I said, when the insurance companies, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna and that gang, and the pharmaceuticals, J&J and Pfizer and all that, they are just hanging out in the bank. They're making so much money. And then we have these mergers of hospitals who are trying to stay above water and physicians that are trying to stay above water. There's a problem. So somehow when we look at healthcare in the United States, we got to look at it as a whole, because they're all feeding off one another, but for some reason, two of the aspects are just holding on to all that money. You know, the hospitals are fighting to get reimbursed from the hospitals for procedures, for insurance companies getting their payment for surgeries and what have you. That shouldn't be the case. There should be a fair and equitable distribution. Again, not against making profits, but in a healthcare system, everybody should enjoy the success of it. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
When you have 3 children who are police officers, you worry about them every day. But you are also proud. Under Mayor Fulop, 70% of new officers in Jersey City have been minorities. Mayor Fulop also upgraded our public safety cameras with over 200 new cameras and body cameras on officers, protecting citizens and police officers. Steve Fulop is my kind of mayor.
Jersey City Medical Center has a passion for heart health. We're Hudson County's only full-service heart hospital, with innovative technologies and premier cardiovascular physicians, a partnership with Rutgers Health, the latest technology and medical advancements, and nationally renowned care for every heart in every community. Whoever your heart beats for, our hearts beat for you. Jersey City Medical Center.
Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712. We're back. City Show here. Pat O'Melia, you there? Going from medicine to another magic thing, density. That's a magic word, especially in Jersey City, density. There's some issues going in Hoboken also, density. All through the campaign, you heard things about abatements and development and density. We're trading variances for density, helping the funding of a project for density, where we would supply bonding. Density. There is talk downtown about adding another level to the brownstones, or 2 levels, because we need the density, the additional density. My question is, why and for who? Every project in Jersey City, and pretty much in Hudson County, because you got an issue with Hoboken right now, where there's a developer suing Union City and Hoboken over the height of a project, because Mayor Stack in Union City doesn't want a project going over the cliffs, blocking the views of Union City and Jersey City also. There's a density issue there. Like I said, the brownstones, they're talking about this downtown, add a floor or 2, because we need density. Developers will build schools. They'll build community centers. They'll build parks. They'll build affordable housing components for density. Why do we need so much density? Where are these people coming from? Who needs all this density? Is it Jersey City people? Do we need additional density? Well, we're here already, so I don't think we need the additional density. So who needs that density? You know, Jersey City. We're talking about we need more affordable housing. I agree. Problem with Jersey City, it's hard to have affordable housing when the city is getting, very expensive. Can't have affordable unless the city's affordable. But yeah, I agree. We need affordable housing. Question is, who's going to get the affordable housing? Mayor Fulop is pushing for, a percentage of any development, 5, 10, 20% has to be affordable. You got Bayfront that's going to be built on the Hackensack River waterfront. Is I think 35% of that project is going to be affordable. But who's getting the affordable housing? Because we need this density. It isn't Jersey City people that are moving from, say, a 2-family home into one of these high-rises, the density. We are developing this for people who aren't here. And the question is, do we want all this additional density? That's the magic words. Yeah, that's gold. Density. It's even good to say density. Yeah. The sad thing is, none of that density is being utilized by Jersey City people. It's by people who aren't here yet, and we're attracting them here with the density. That's why we need more density. And the same thing with affordable housing. We're talking about affordable housing. People in Jersey City need affordable housing. I agree. We should try to make the housing we have here more affordable instead of building more density, more housing. Because we're going to build affordable housing for people who aren't here yet. People from New York. Come on over from Brooklyn. Come over from Manhattan. Come here to Jersey City for affordable housing. There's no component that says you have to be a resident of Jersey City for, I don't know, say you should be a resident here for 10 years before you're entitled to Jersey City affordable housing. No, there's no component like that. You can move in from Brooklyn tomorrow to Jersey City and say, I want to apply for affordable housing. So who we build? And remember, affordable housing has a price for that. It's not all just the developers. There's, the property owners here in Jersey City get affected by the affordable housing. There's no affordable housing going towards the existing mom and pops here. So the affordable housing, yes, we have to make the existing housing affordable, not build more. That magic density word. Not only are we developing market rate housing, but part of that is the affordable. So we're building market rate to attract more people, and part of that is the affordable. But it isn't Jersey City people who are getting that affordable housing. It's people who don't live here. We're creating affordable housing for people who don't live here yet, and there becomes the problem. How does any of that additional density help the Jersey City person living here? How does that help the person who owns a 1, 2 family, 3 family home? How does that help that renter in that 2 or 3 family home, affordable housing that we're being built? Not. But we'll talk about that more when we come back. You're watching The City Show? We'll be right back.
Jersey City Medical Center is healing, enhancing, and investing in Hudson County because your heart doesn't beat just for you. So get it checked. When your bones are healthy, it lifts us all. We're delivering joy daily in our Lord Abbott Maternity Wing and providing New Jersey's only NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center. We'll continue building our medical network and taking every precaution for your safety so that we can all be healthy together.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in one of our many high-rise towers. With amenities such as the on-site Newport Path, light rail, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Kohl's, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams and Acme Supermarket are just outside your front door. A health and fitness center, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. Enjoy the New York skyline from our waterfront and various parks. Manhattan is just 1 pass stop away, or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Looking to visit? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. For more information, visit us at newportnj.com. Make lasting memories to cherish forever. It's incredible. It's you, Newport. Live like you want.
We're back. All right, we're talking about affordable housing. City Show here. Pat O'Meara here. You there? I agree we need affordable housing. Do we need more housing in Jersey City? I don't know. Seems we got everybody in a house here in Jersey City. There are some homeless. We could build some homeless housing, I suppose. But we have enough housing for the people that are here. There's nobody sleeping in their cars because they can't get an apartment in Jersey City. Can they get an affordable apartment? That's another question. Now, as like I said, we're going to build affordable housing, but who's getting it? Is it Jersey City people? I don't think so. Same thing with the market rate. We're not building that for people that live here, which people who don't live here. And the problem is that additional density causes expense. With the developer, if I give them density, they're going to build us a school, and they've done that. But then we have to man the school, and there's expenses involved with that. There's teachers, insurance, because we've got all these additional kids with that density. We have to have schools, and there's more teachers, there's more expense. The more density you get, the more cops you need, the more fire department people you need, the more city service added, the more garbage pickup. Garbage is expensive right now. All these city services, the more density you get, the more it costs. Who's paying for the more costs? Mom and pop. So when we're talking about additional density, I don't know who this helps. It's not helping mom and pop here in Jersey City. Because it's not Jersey City moving into that. It's people from outside of Jersey City. And again, I can't hammer this back enough. We build affordable housing. It'd be interesting to see how many people from Jersey City are getting the affordable housing, or people that moved in here. The more density we issue, the more city services are needed. The more traffic that is created from it. The more strain on our limited, if you want to call it, mass transit system in Jersey City. There's very few buses. Years ago we used to have a lot of buses. Now we have hardly any buses. But years ago we used to have private bus operators. New Jersey Transit ran them all out because they have no respect for money, where, of course, private operator had to make a profit to pay bills. New Jersey Transit doesn't worry about paying bills because they'll just reach into your pocket. Everything that happens with density, like the path. We keep building in Ward C and on Journal Square. The path is crowded now. Yeah, let's put another 4,000 or 5,000 people up there. We're building those towers, and eventually we're going to build on a hotel on the square site across from the Lowe's Theater. Get on the path. Good luck. Everything we do with more density costs the city more money. It costs you, the property owner, more money. And like I said, I don't know who's using the density. I don't think it's Jersey City people, but it would be interesting going forward, and I'll ask this question to Mayor Fulop, if, and I'm sure he will be reelected, who is getting these affordable units? What kind of criteria is involved? Is there some way we guarantee Jersey City people get these affordable units? So again, I ask, who's asking for the density? Why do we need this additional density? It's not for the people that live here, it's for people who don't. Well, again, CarePoint becomes Lindsey Buckingham from an SNL skit. Quick hits. You know what would be interesting for a show topic? That after the election, we go through all the election rhetoric, all the campaigns, things, where there was a lot of talk about corruption in Jersey City. City Hall is corrupt. There's all this corruption. The last corrupt thing we had was like in 2009. And most of our Jersey City people didn't get hit with that. They got locked up, but most of them were acquitted. So what corruption are we talking about? Is there corruption in the Fulop administration? There's probably some bad maneuvers, but I don't know about corruption. Calling people Trumpers in Jersey City? Yeah, are they Trumpers? Not that I know of any of these council people. One of my favorite ones is from Louis Spears, the Raft of Fulop. People of fear of Fulop. I've known Steve Fulop since pretty much he appeared on the scene back in 2004, 2005. He and I have been on the other sides of topics and issues. We fought and argued over things. I've never thought once about the Raft of Fulop. Again, in Jersey City, and one of the problems we have in this election is a lot of one-issue voters. Jersey City has a lot of issues, and I've said this many, many times. Nobody gets the whole loaf in Jersey City. You'd be lucky to get a half a loaf of bread in Jersey City. A lot of one issues, but it would be interesting to go back and look at all of the campaign rhetoric. And one quick thing about this lawsuit in Union City and Hoboken about density. Here's what this person is agreeing to do if he gets allowed to build the project. He'll make a $3 million contribution towards a community pool, build a 5,234-foot square plaza for public use, construct 20 on-site affordable units, and 17 units for homeless vets. All that for density. But we ran out of time. I should have spent more time on that, and we didn't get to CarePoint. But we are at a show, so you be good, you be safe. Don't forget, get out and vote. Good night.